Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Suffolk Gun Club coming at you once again. You got time and luck here. I just commandeered the bathroom. As y'all can see, I got some couple of pistols laid out here on the counter. While the missus is downstairs distracted, I figured I'd do a quick video for y'all. I was bored, so you know what the hell. This is going to be kind of a how-to video, a little bit, just showing y'all a little tip that I do, so a little trick that I do. In reference to gun sights, and I might just blab a little bit about a little bit about the sights and this gun in particular. What you see laid out here is we got two Glock 17s. That's my wife's gun. That's mine. This is my 22, which is quickly becoming one of my favorites. I've been had it for a long time, but due to the rising cost of ammunition and everything like that, it's expensive to train a lot of times. So what I've been using a lot is the 22 because the ammunition is so cheap and the damn gun is so accurate. I mean, I'm also really real talk looking at using this gun for carry or to take with me sometimes. Not necessarily carry because it's a little bit awkward with its length and its size, but it's a damn good. I mean, this gun is accurate. I can shoot this gun better than any other handgun I have. I can actually shoot this pistol accurately out to 100 yards. I can put rounds out there with the 9mm and stuff like that. You've seen videos with Mr. 50 and us doing competitions trying to hit bottles and shit like that at 100 yards, and we'll hit within. Hell, I've been lucky. I've hit hit targets dead on at 100 yards with the first shot, but I can't always do that. And I'm not gonna even say I can do that a lot, but I can hit within. I think I could definitely hit a person, a human-sized target at that distance. But when you're trying to shoot like boxes and little small stuff out there at those distances, it's that's not gonna pretty much happen. And I mean, you could hit a person. I could definitely hit a person at 100 yards with either one of these pistols. But I'm not going to hit them accurately. I'm not going to hit them like I want to hit them. But, I could definitely put rounds on target. I also got this little H&K training pistol we use. It's actually an exact replica of an HK pistol. Same weight and everything. Of course, it's a replica by the orange tip there, which by law you have to leave that on there, and I wouldn't change it anyway because it's a replica gun. You just heard me drop the magazine. You can see how sturdy this thing is. Heavy too. Nice little pistol for training. Shoot some little plastic airsoft balls. I brought this as an example with these real guns, and I guess I'll go ahead and get into the meat of the conversation. When you're looking at getting the gun and you're looking at sights, they got a lot of different options now. They got you still have plain sights, you got night sights, you got fiber optic sights. A lot of people you doing competition are starting to use fiber optic little inserts on the front sight here, and they'll black out the rear sight. It'll be completely black instead of like here you see in the 2 dots. This is what you typically call a 3-dot system. If you see there's 2 in the back and 1 in the front. Mainly you aim with your front sight. You use your rear sights to just kind of give you a guide, a bracket for your front sight. And when you're looking at a pistol, you definitely want to, when you're making your choice, you definitely want to make sure your pistol has just good good sights with and the 3-dot system is one of the best. You want something with high visibility as far as like as far as the paint, as far as the white dots. Like these are old. These are not as bright as they were when I got them because we use a lot for training, but for dry practice and stuff like that. But they were originally very bright. But that's important. This is very important because when you're shooting, that's what you're going to be using if you're taking aim shots. In combat, it's not truly so important because in combat, a lot of combat, only thing you're using is the front sight. You're putting this front sight on whatever you're trying to hit, whoever you're trying to hit, and you're squeezing on. That's the most important thing. I always tell people there's a big difference between range and combat. And if you're trying to take a precise shot, like if you had a hostage situation, then yeah, you better be using all 3 of your sights. But if somebody breaking in your house, you see them, you aim at them real fast. Only thing you want to kind of do is put this front sight on them, and it's kind of like point shooting. You keep your finger in line with where they are, and if you're holding your grip right, in this case your thumbs will be pointing toward the person, or whoever breaking in your house or whatever. It's a little bit off subject, but that's point shooting, and sometimes it's done with one hand. You aim, you just point at them, squeeze. You just kind of want to make sure the front sight is on the target. So the front sight is important when it comes to self-defense and combat shooting. Range shooting and precise shooting, you need to be able to use these in conjunction. One other thing about sights before we get into these, and a little trick I want to show you. A lot of times when it comes to purchasing the gun, a lot of people like compact guns and stuff like that. These are good. You know what I mean? They have their purpose as far as concealability. But one thing you don't have is the shorter the barrel on any type of firearm, the less accuracy you're going to have. So it's always some trade-offs. What you'll get in concealability, you'll lose a bit in accuracy. For those of you who don't care about the concealing the gun aspect so much, I prefer guns with long barrels and long sight radiuses. And the sight radius is the distance between the rear sight and the front sight. The longer that distance, the better your sight picture is going to be, and technically the better your accuracy should be. So I'll tell you, when I make suggestions on guns with good, with some of the best sights as far as that go, you're looking at the Glock 34, which has I believe a 5.5-inch barrel. You have the CZ75, SP01 Tactical, and those series of pistols. You actually have even the Springfield XD with a 5.25-inch barrel. And then the Smith & Wesson M&P Pro series, and they do have a Smith & Wesson M&P L series, which have long barrels. So for the fellas out there who plan to shoot, who might, anybody, fellas, ladies, whoever might want to shoot long distance, the longer the barrel, the greater the distance you're going to get out of, the greater the accuracy you're going to get out of shooting at extended distances. But that's kind of what I want to say on that. And once again, going back to the 3-dot system like I showed you here, that's what I like. I personally like, and I think it's good because it helps you get a good bead on your target. Another thing about the sights too, and the last point of this, you want your sights to be as far back to the rear as possible. Now the Glocks don't have that. You look at the Glock, it's not, look at the gap here. Even this HK has a, if you look at it, it's almost to the exact, it's maybe 3 or 4 millimeters from the rear of the slide. The Glock is about, maybe 5, 6 of them. So, that's not truly a rear competition sight, or it's not bad, but even just having it back, if they designed it like, in a sense, you might see a lot of aftermarket sights, they'll be shaped like this. Now, for some reason, and it's basically because of the way this 22 is designed, even though this pistol is super accurate, you see how this sight is designed? How it has like this little, it's almost like some type of little slide itself going back. That's what you really kind of looking for, to me. And you'll see a lot of competition shooters use this. Even when you're looking at the back of this sight, see how it's completely blacked out. For some reason, they do a lot of high-speed shooting and high accuracy shooting. So they kind of black this out and then just kind of focus on the front sight. But this is the type of sight that I would like to have. And I am going to change the sights on my Glock, and I'll show it to you when I do it. But I'm going to get a sight like this one, and get it and place it here where it'll actually, even though it'll fit in a groove there, it'll take my sight picture all the way to the back of the frame. That's important. Talking about, something else, let me move this one out. This is my wife's gun, and it has, let's look at night sights right quick. I talked about this before, so I won't try to do too much talking on it. But I'm going to turn out the lights right quick, and I'm going to see if you can see this. This gun has tritium inserts. You can see them there, 1, 2, and this one in the front sight, 3. And what that does, it allows you to acquire a target in absolute darkness. Tritium is a radioactive isotope of hydrogen, and a lot of people, all night sights have tritium in them, and it'll last for, the good thing about it, one of the cool things, it'll last for 10 years. You don't have to recharge it, don't need a battery or anything, but that thing, because it's a radioactive isotope, it's not harmful to your health. It's not giving out gamma, beta, alpha radiation, and if anything, it might be a tiny amount of alpha radiation, but it's nothing to the level where it can hurt a person. But that's what night sights are, composed of. And I'm gonna turn off the light and see if this camera can pick it up. It might be difficult, but we'll see what happens. Alright. If y'all look closely, you probably can see that. I can see them. I don't know if you can. It probably is. It's bright to me, but the camera, for some reason, doesn't do it justice. Let me turn off the other light in here. Maybe that'll give us more. So that's another thing. Now it's completely dark in here, but when I walk back in this room, I can find the pistol right away. Let me see if I can get there. Okay, you see that rear sight there? And if I can get the angle, oops, hit the camera. That's in the back, and you can see the front sight right there. And that's what I'm talking about with night sights. They glow in the dark. You can't see it on the camera, but even putting this pistol down, I can still see those lights. You might can see it. I think you can see one in there. I don't know. But that's the thing with night sights. They give you the ability to shoot in the dark, to shoot at silhouettes and stuff like that. My Glock has the same thing. My friend Shanita, she came out and shot with us, and this video is kind of for you too. She did some excellent shooting. Being a first-time shooter, I was extremely impressed. But I noticed a lot of women like that. A lot of women have a natural tendency to follow instruction and shoot well. But she got her a pistol and put some night sights on it, and then she told me that her shooting had fallen off. It wasn't up to the same level as when she had shot with us previously. And it hit me, one of the problems she had was with night sights. A lot of times, like this one, my wife, on her gun, you can still see the white outline. A lot of night sight companies will put like a bright white outline, green or yellow, around the actual tritium insert, so you'll still be able to use it in the daytime. But it's still not that bright compared to, and this is not truly a good example, but those little white dots help tremendously when you're trying to lock onto a target in the daytime. So where night sights help you in the dark, they don't help you that much in the daytime if you don't have a very strong outline. And it might seem like this one is a strong one, but it's not. Unfortunately, I don't have any other sights to compare it against, but you want the largest, brightest white signature you can, or some type of color that's, and I generally say white, that'll really stand out and help you distinguish between your background. So that's one of the offsets. That's one of the problems she had with her night sights, and that's one of the problems a lot of people have. There are companies out there like XS Sight, Meprolite, Aerotech, and a few others that actually produce large, bright white outlines and other colors to help augment the night sights. But it is what it is. Anyway, getting on to the meat of the subject, and damn, I rambled too long. I might break this up in 2 videos. Fuck, I don't want to. You might be looking at the counter here, like, hey man, I know how people always staring at the background when you're doing a video. I do it myself. You might looking like, hey, he left the nail polish in the video by accident, but no, this is actually, I purchased this clear nail polish, or acrylic, or whatever you want to call it, for hobby reasons, and actually for my gun. I use it as a sealant, and I'm gonna show y'all how I do that. I also got this little metallic pen. It's a permanent marker, but it's in a metallic color, like a silver color, and silverish type color, and we use it. I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna use it in one of the tricks. Now I'm gonna get to it. One of the things about this pen too, one of the things I do with it, I mark my magazines with it. I number all my magazines on both sides, and generally at the bottom, so that if I ever have a problem with a magazine and it's failing, it's not operating right, then I'll know, hey, that magazine number 3 got problems. I may need to take that out of the loadout. So that's one of the things that these metallic pens can do for you. But one of the tricks I want to show y'all that y'all can do real quick, hopefully I can squeeze this in a few minutes. You can take this marker, let's say like this Ruger Mark III. One time I had whiteout on here. Sometimes you can use whiteout. It's very bright. It stands out. But I've actually, I like these little metallic pens. And what I'll do on a site like this, because you see when you're looking at this, it's just totally black. And sometimes if you're looking at a dark target, or somebody got on a dark color shirt or whatever, or even brown cardboard or whatever you're shooting, you don't have that contrast that you need to distinguish between the target and your sight, and that's what that affects your shooting, believe it or not. So what you can do to augment that, if you got whiteout or something like this, or a pen, you can just go ahead and do this. Let me see if I can do it on the camera where y'all can see. This might be sloppy and I'll redo it for myself, but I'm just going to show it to y'all. Actually, this one's so dark, I would actually probably prefer whiteout. But as you can see, I painted that. I'm painting this this front blade so that it'll stand out. It'll give me contrast. And I have to let it dry. I'm not gonna do it right now, but I just want to show y'all this tip. You can try it out yourself. Once it's dried, you let it sit for a few hours. Then you can take the nail polish and just go over it and seal it. And all the nail polish is doing is sealing in that whiteout, or in this case the metallic the metallic color that you put on the front sight blade. So that's just a trick. Like you got revolves, you got something, you don't have a nice sight and it's just a plain black sight, get some white on that sight, and let me know how it improves your shooting. That's all I want to say. Southfield Gun Club. I was going to talk about this pistol. This is an awesome pistol. It's 22, but I see I done ran it up 16-17 minutes, and that make uploading the video hell. But I'll do another video on these Mark IIIs when I go back out to the range. I love this pistol though. This pistol is accurate. Like I might have said it before, it's accurate as hell. I can engage targets at 100 yards with this pistol easily, when I can't do that as well with the 9mm and the 45s. Of course, with the rifles, it's child play, but with pistols, that's really outside the normal range of a pistol. But with this pistol, these Ruger, these 22s, a lot of people sleep on the 22s, but I take one to war any day. The ammo is cheaper, the guns are super damn accurate, and I mean, hey, it is what it is, but that's not what the video about. Appreciate y'all watching the Southfield Gun Club. Till the next time, out.